up, everybody? Welcome back to A World of a Difference. I'm one of your hosts, Heavy.
Me, Adrian, again.
And I'm not even gonna do the full intro today, but y'all know by now this is a world of a difference. Man, I missed y'all, man. It's been a crazy week, but it's been a good week overall. How's your week been?
Okay, just tired for some strange reason, but it's okay.
Why are you so tired?
I don't know, it's like I haven't had any energy, but I've been taking my vitamins. I don't know. Just super tired. I'm sleeping now.
I know why you sleeping.
Why? I think it's the rain, y'all.
It ain't even raining.
It rained today.
It ain't raining right now.
I've been sleeping before we got on here.
Okay. You want some energy or coffee or something like that to give you some?
All the stuff he got is nasty.
How you know it's nasty? You just snuck and tasted it?
No, you made me drink apple cider vinegar one time, and it was horrible, but it did work.
Okay.
And
Made you drink castor oil.
Oh, God almighty, I never do that again.
But guess what? It worked though, right?
Yeah, but I felt like I was about to leave here.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know if I thought it was one of those. I like, if I'm going to take something that's going to do something to my body, I like for it to be gentle. I don't like stuff that's harsh.
Castor oil was harsh to you?
I mean, it just took my stomachs really through so many rumbles and tumbles, and you didn't know when the outcome was gonna be. I just like stuff like that to be gentle if I do take it. The castor oil is a no for me. The taste is horrible.
It is, but you know, just think about this. Everything that tastes good is bad for you. The stuff that tastes bad is good for you. Think about that.
I'd rather find some other way.
But it worked though.
I
take it every Saturday morning. You know why I do that? Because anything that I ate bad that ain't been pushed out on its own, it'll help me push it out. It worked. It
worked, but it's a no for me.
Hey, your mama never made you drink no castor oil?
The only time I ever drank castor oil on my own was when I was trying to hurry up and go into labor. That's one of the, I guess you'll say wives' tales or something like that. So I don't know if it really worked, but however, it wasn't as bad as the one that we have now. That's been almost 14 years ago. But
castor oil?
Yeah, the castor oil I had.
I think it was worse back then versus now.
I don't know if it's because, I don't know. I got mine from a herbal store or whatever, but it wasn't nowhere near as bad as what the one we got in there now is.
I thought you were talking about castor oil back in the day. You talking about you took it with Dallas?
No,
with
I said 14 years ago.
Oh, I thought you said recently. You said
I have taken it recently.
You was shopping at a herbal store 14 years ago.
Well, I went there for that particular reason to get the castor oil because they said that worked, and I was tired of being pregnant. So.
No, I got you. I'm just saying you've been knowing about the herbal stores.
Not into detail and depth as I am now. I have really became, I ain't gonna say no herbalist, but I do a lot of research on
holistic.
Yeah, I do a lot of that stuff now for a healthier way to be healed or whatever I claim whatever I think in my mind, because I won't claim that may be wrong with me or whatever.
What you mean?
You know how you just go through, you start Googling stuff, your foot aches, you start Googling.
Google will kill you every time. Google say you about to die because your head hurting.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm learning. And I think that's important the older you get to learn your body.
You have to know your body. Mm-hmm. You have to know your body.
I'm learning that stage of life now. I'm learning my body.
You have to know your body. Your body lets you know when something's not right, or something being rejected, or if it's being accepted. It'll let you know. You got to pay attention to your body, and you can't practice everything that everybody do because it works for them. It may not work for you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's body is different.
That's true. Dang,
we got all the way into the thing, but anyway, man, I just want to pay respects to DMX. I was just telling Josh, man, it's amazing to me how God can come and like DMX, a hip hop show, right? He's not a gospel rapper or nothing like that. He's just a hip hop artist. You know what I'm saying? Fantasia, she's not a gospel singer, but how in the middle of their shows they can go straight into prayer or worship, and so many people be touched. Mm-hmm. You know that they didn't come for that, but they end up getting it. And that's just amazing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that? Like,
I like a lot. I was just listening. I ain't gonna say I never was a DMX fan because there's a lot of stuff I just didn't listen to or whatever. But now recently, since it's all over social media, just listen to his prayers. One of those
powerful.
prayers. Yeah, and one of them he said, not a new Christian, but I'm new at this praying thing.
Teach me how to do it.
Yeah, and that, I can appreciate even us, people nowadays, we don't ever go to God and say, well, teach me how to. We just go and we flow how we feel.
I need you to do this. I need you to do that. We come with demands instead of coming humbly and asking him to show us things,
Right, and so that was one of the things I can respect, and then you didn't hear, because of his cause of death, if I'm not mistaken, it was from a drug overdose or something like that.
I think so.
But the good thing I do like about the media, it's been more good than it has been bad. It's been so many clips of showing his, him praying in different, places. And it ain't just been in one place. It's like, before he do something, I was watching it, I guess it was a Versus, what's it called,
Versus, yeah.
Battle with him and Snoop. And then he was on the one of a morning show and just so forth and so on. Everything he did before he did it, he began with prayer.
Yeah.
And that I can respect, and I'm just glad that the media has chose that part to highlight it instead of the actual cause of death. Because to be honest, we all have addictions.
Demons.
Yeah.
Inner demons that you fight with.
Yeah. And even with the addictions, my addiction may not be yours.
Chocolate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People make, because they addicted to heroin. Okay, but what about you being addicted to shopping? What about you being addicted to eating? Addiction
lying. Lying or anything,
Addiction is an addiction. It doesn't matter what shape or form of fashion it comes in. It is what it is, and I had to learn to call addiction an addiction. I had an addiction with shopping. I had to spend some money every single day, every time I went somewhere. But I had to learn. And
you've been delivered. You've been delivered. Thank you.
Y'all keep me up with a struggle. I'm telling y'all. I told y'all about that Amazon. I was on Amazon before we got on here. But
Jesus.
I didn't order anything just yet.
I need a burgundy shirt, if you all know. A collar shirt. Burgundy. I think I seen one burgundy with the white things in the collar. The body match the hat you bought me whenever you get a chance. But one thing I am glad about it though, since you brought up, him praying before the verses, that he was able to be celebrated before he left here. You see what I'm saying? He had a chance. I think he battled Snoop Dogg, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think I didn't watch that one, but I think he battled Snoop Dogg, but he was able to be celebrated before he left, and that's a good thing. He got to feel that love again, I don't know what well, I know he told a story one time. I watched an interview with him one time. He was introduced to drugs. He got tricked. His idol, he looked up to his idol. I forgot the guy's name when he was 13. And his idol gave him some, weed to smoke. He thought he was smoking weed, but it was laced. And that's what drove him to the crack. He got tricked into it. But rest in peace to DMX, man. His kids, his ex-wives, sympathy out to y'all, prayers for y'all. Yeah. Speaking of verses, how did you enjoy Rona Isley and Ernie Isley versus Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I enjoyed, I don't know. I just felt like you stated, it wasn't like equal. I felt like Earth, Wind, and Fire should have been up against what the people I
Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Yeah, because I feel like you say, it's more of a group thing. Even though you say Ron Isley and stuff like that was a group, which I didn't know that because I think I heard the songs back in the day, but the most recent stuff I think was like whatever he was with R. Kelly or whatever, more recent for me far as video, so I didn't know that they were a group. However, I did enjoy myself. I enjoyed it. I just felt like the matchup should have been somebody, different.
I agree, but I'm guessing they go off. They don't go off groups per se, but they go off the actual hits.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like who had, because they both got the equal amount of, although they're not the same per se style, they both got the same amount of. Well, I ain't gonna say same amount, but they both got a lot of hits. You see what I'm saying? Like Frankie Beverly and Maze, they don't have a lot of hits.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're good and they're known, you know, but they don't have a lot of hits. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
If they perform, they probably will perform for about an hour or two. Frankie Beverly Mays Rona Isley, they can perform for 4 hours. We sing 4 hours, 5 hours. They got that many hits. So I think it was a thing they compared them hit wise. But if you just going off of fit wise, what would have been a good one would have been Frankie Beverly and Mays versus Earth, Wind and Fire. Since both of them are both like bands, and it would have been a good one would have been Isley Brothers versus the Gap Band. Charlie Wilson versus Rona Isley. That would have been good. You know what I'm saying?
And in that case, I'm riding with Uncle Charlie. I love Charlie Wilson.
I mean, that's hard to say. The thing about it, like I talked to my daddy Monday. I sent him the thing on YouTube, and he was happy. And but I just texted him. I was just like, man, this made me feel like a kid again. Just watching it made me feel like a kid. It brought back so much excitement because that's when my dad used to have me around. He used to play with all his brothers and sisters around the house, and that just made me. That's how actually my love for music came, because I was around it so much. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend, that's all it was. Every weekend. But listening to that music, that's how you know when music is good. When you listen to it, it takes you somewhere. You see what I'm saying? It makes you travel somewhere. That's amazing. But I enjoyed it, man. What's your favorite song by either group?
I don't know what it is. Drifting on the memory. Ain't no place I'd rather be. I don't know the name of it.
That's the Isley Brothers.
Yeah, now that one. Yeah, that's not. What's the other people called?
Living for the Love of You.
Okay, now I love that song. The other people.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. The other people. Earth, Wind,
I mean,
and
I
Fire.
can't think of their name. I can't. I don't know. I like some of their songs. I don't know the names of it because my attention span is very, very short.
September.
Okay, yeah, I think that song like something. No, I don't know. I think I think that's the one. My attention span is very, very short, and that day it was Easter and all the Easter basket and Easter candy, and we had to go take care of some business, and I had on a girdle, and it was just a bit much going on. So I kind of lost it a little bit in there, but in the end, when I was able to get back home and get comfortable, then I was able to enjoy it.
I like how most of the songs had meaning back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, just if you just speak the words that they actually sung, don't sing them, just speak them. Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're a shining star.
Oh, yeah.
That's who you are. Shining bright to see what you can truly be. You see what I'm saying? They don't make stuff like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
This new bebop they make, you don't know what the word they be saying. I don't even think they know what they be saying on there.
That's what I was saying. Like, sometimes you can listen to songs that'll uplift you that are not necessarily per se gospel. You see what I'm saying? The messages in them are so pure that when you hear it, it puts you in good spirits and it uplifts you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's per se songs like that. But overall, I enjoy it. What you think about Rona Isley's new look? Everybody was going in on somebody that's he the real Rona Isley.
I don't know. It's just something about when they showed them side by side. Unless he has turned over his wife. I guess with money comes a different lifestyle. And
a 44-year-old wife.
And she looks good. She is absolutely gorgeous.
She's 44.
And so, I don't know, maybe it's the eating habits. Because it's like his whole skin. I mean, everything has changed on him. He looks good now. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm
saying, how come, when you better yourself, people can't accept your growth? Because they say the same thing about Gucci Mane. He was a clone and all that. Because he basically the same thing. Gucci Mane started eating better. He started working out. He got his teeth done. He got his face. So anytime you do all that, they don't believe that you are who you are, I guess.
I don't know about Ron Isley. His whole skin texture even changed.
I'm saying.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's healthy eating.
So if I lose 100 pounds and, my teeth good, but if I lose 100 pounds, people gonna ask you think they're gonna say, oh, that ain't the real head?
No, I mean with Ron Isley, it's like the whole, I guess the hairstyle when you look at one of those pictures they put. But I'm just saying, that's what money do.
Of course, if he on a Versus, of course he gonna look his best. They gonna get on that.
I mean, but even before he came on there, when they took some, I think when it first came out this Christmas that he had a new look, cause him and the wife and the son took a Christmas thing, a Christmas picture, and he looked good. Now I'm not saying that he was cloning anything. Like I say. you know, I guess when you get, you know, when you get the right person in your life, things change. And with money, and then as you get older, you do have to take better care of yourself. What he probably did back then, he probably can't do, you know, now or whatever.
Doing a lot of touring or none of that stuff like that, like he used to, you know.
But he looked darn good, though. All of them look good, you know, to be in that age bracket, whatever age bracket they in. They all look good.
They all look good, but Verdine look funny. He look funny.
I have
boy.
never in my life even.
I ain't lying to
Earth, Wind, and Fire. I never knew what they looked like. Because I used to just, if I heard it was something on 98.7, but it was nothing I ever seen on TV or nothing like that, like an album or something like that. I never knew. I never seen it.
You never knew what you couldn't put the faces to the
and
side.
I would have never thought they looked like that. And Ron Isley brother on that is it a bass guitar or just a guitar?
That one, shucks.
Whatever that.
I think that's electric guitar that he
whatever
was playing.
it was. Now he can play that. And those instruments were beautiful.
It sound, man, it's amazing, man. Live, it's nothing like live. It's nothing like live. That's why if you pay attention to a lot of music that I do, I try to have those live instruments. It's nothing like it. It's something about it. You know what I'm saying? That can't be duplicated through synchronization or, you know, the beat machine or the keyboard or stuff like that. Those live instruments. It touched the spirit. It touched the spirit when you hear it. You know, it take you basically, like I said, it take you to a place. But yeah, earn it a bit. But see, you didn't get a chance to see Verdine. Verdine played the guitar too, but he didn't bring his guitar. I don't know why. But maybe he can't play no more. Maybe he physically can't play no more. But he can play the guitar too. He bad too. You know, so that's why I said both of those groups, they kind of are. You know, I guess you throw it off because of the number of members, maybe.
Not so much the number of members, but the music was even different.
Yeah.
That's a whole different. Rona was more
love.
Yeah, and they more for the people. Yeah.
Messages, uplifting.
Right.
True devotion.
Oh, no,
Blessed are the children. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's what I'm saying. So it was kind of like and one thing I did, now my overall favorite was Patty and Gladys. Now I ain't gonna lie, one thing I did like about them, they knew one another's songs. They were engaging with one another versus with this one, it wasn't no engaging. I don't know if you can't sing the next person's song or whatever.
I don't think they probably didn't. They probably didn't remember all the words. They know because afterwards when they were doing the dialect, they were saying.
Yeah, but it's like he had to y'all come on up here, but it's like Patty and Gladys, they was on it. I enjoyed them. That was my favorite one thus far.
My favorite one was this one.
It was good. That'll be my second favorite.
Your boy Steve though. Oh man, your boy. I know that's your boy, but my goodness, can he talk?
They won't Steve out, but
Steve telling these long stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, this a real song here. I remember when I had $5. I went and bought this album, and with it changed, I went and bought a hamburger and a soda. And I went and sit in the dorm room because we ain't had cell phones back then. Man, come on, play the song,
They will Steve
man.
out on the internet. Ooh, my goodness. He was sharp, though.
Oh, he was fly. I didn't like that leather suit he had.
No, that hat, though, was clean, though, with the leather suit.
Yeah, I didn't like that leather. My mama probably loved that leather suit he had on, but I ain't like that leather suit he had on. But overall, it was good. It's great for the culture, man. Especially with all that's going on now, to see something, you know, positive going on and celebrating legends. We just lost a legend, but being able to celebrate legends, you know, that was good. That was a good overall good feeling for me. It was an overall good day for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't say you said the girdle was good though.
Ooh, it's just something about you put the girdle on, and then when you start to eat, that's just it's a different story.
Right.
You're going to get out of those things after so long, and I think they only probably made to be worn for so many hours and all day long. Just ain't it, but.
Okay, you said you want to talk about crime. What you want?
Oh man, every day this week, starting from Sunday, and look like, hate to say it, but look like it's gonna be every day this week that, you know, has been some sort of crime or gun violence going on in the city of Birmingham. You know, and I don't know what it takes to reach the youth. You can't, you know, I hear a lot of people blaming the parents. But my whole thing with parenting is you can raise your kids to the best of your ability. You can instill in them everything that you think is right. And when they grow up, they grow astray. You know, all you can do at one, you know, is pray for them when they go, you know, go their own separate ways, because you know what you have instilled in them. But my God, every single day. I mean, today has been 3 times, from the person who was shot in the Birmingham Waterworks truck. Somebody was just shot on the expressway. 3 teens just was shot over there in Inslee. This ain't even been a matter of, you know, space out. Like, I think the Waterworks guy happened earlier today.
You know,
and then
you said Inslee. Was it a shooting on the freeway or something like that?
something on the Steven something.
I don't, because when I got to work, I don't know if this was it, but when I got to work, I ain't gonna say her name, but coworker put me to the side and, you know, was telling me how blessed that she is, because that was her sister. Her sister was in the car. The husband and the children were all in the car, and said that they was driving, and they pulled in front of the guy, and the guy came pull in front of them, and they pulled back in front of the guy, and that's when they pulled out the gun and with the shooting. So they shot the whole car like 50 times, like 50 bullets, and then nobody get hit. The kids and nobody get hit. Yeah, but she said the truck was through.
I don't know. This just was while you guys were on, one on the Stevens, whatever it is, exit you get off on. And then in Inslee, this just happened like a few minutes ago.
Oh, no, this ain't it then. Cause this happened, she was at work when actually this happened. This happened like 4 o'clock, like in broad daylight.
I don't know, it's kind of like how the Waterworks person was. Like, that's, I mean.
But you know what, though? Think about this, though. Like, when we were in quarantine last year, you didn't hear all this.
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear all this going on. So what that lets me know is, it ain't the world, it's the people.
Oh, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? God created the world to be beautiful, but it's the people that's within it that mess it up. You see what I'm saying? Look at when we first went to quarantine, dolphins came back into the water swimming, and the waters turned back blue again and all stuff. You know, we mess it up. You know what I'm saying? But I, as far as you saying, like, you don't know what to do with the crime rate, but as far as with the youth, I had this thing, you know, I had been telling you, and I didn't understand why, but now I kind of do. Remember I was telling you, maybe about a year ago, I told you, I said, God said, it's time for me to go back around my family. You remember that? So I'm thinking, I don't know if he want me to be influenced. Cause maybe young people ain't seeing it. They can get taught it. I
don't even think it's being taught anymore.
But they're not seeing it. You see what I'm saying?
You're right, because it's like, if you don't glorify, I hate to be biased, but if you don't glorify having a wad of money and big rims, and, you know, and I'm not judging nobody, I ain't gonna even say that, but just, you have to look a certain way to get their attention now.
Right.
And it's sad to say that, but it's like the stuff people glorify, you have to put that out there too. So if you ain't glorifying what they glorifying, I ain't saying that they won't listen, but it's kind of
look at you.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, having nice stuff or whatever is not the problem. It's showing them how to get it another way. Giving them an alternative. Okay, instead of saying, hey, don't listen to that music. Okay, get them an alternative of what they can listen to. You see what I'm saying?
But see.
Okay, if somebody say don't eat meat. Okay, what do I eat?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But see, that's my thing. That stuff is not being put out to look like it's okay. It's like they glorifying all the other stuff, but people like you and Josh and Kim and Kevin and Isaac, y'all put something out there, but it's not, I ain't gonna say it's not what they don't want to see. It's not what they used to.
It's not that. What it is it's not being broadcast like the other stuff.
Right.
Is.
They make the other the rims and the money and all this.
I'm saying, like, okay, for instance, if this song talking about robbing and killing, this song talking about loving and healing, okay, both of these songs come out at one time, the robbing and killing song gonna take off. You know why? Because they gonna push that song more.
Absolutely.
Versus pushing this song. But you have to be wise enough to put money into yourself so you can promote yourself just as
like
much as
that.
they promoting this stuff. They're not gonna get behind you, but you can get behind you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And push yourself up to where you can be on that level. Like God said, I said before you life and death. You choose. You get them an alternative to choose from. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what it is. But most people, and the sad part about it is, the ones that's talking about robbing and killing, they got all the support in the world. But the ones that's talking about loving and healing, we don't even have the support. I'm saying even for the people who believe in what we believe in don't support us.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. That's where it comes in from. You get what I'm saying? So, but it's got to be a narrative. Like, say for instance, okay, if I raise my daughter up, right, and she always know that we always had a nice house or we drove a nice car or whatever. She sees this. So when somebody comes up and tries to swoon her with it, she's not impressed by it.
Right.
Because she's already seen it. You see what I'm saying? But she's seen it in a cleaner way. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Not that she shouldn't see it, period.
Right.
It's who she's seeing it from and how is she seeing it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, the city of Birmingham, I mean, every single day this week, starting from Easter at the park to Belsmith was a shooting on Easter and so forth and so on. Even right before we came on, it was something. And hats off to the Birmingham Police Department because they have been working y'all this
And they can't
week.
do it all. It's gonna
Right.
take. It's gonna take. You know why I respect people like Dr. Martin Luther King? Not only did he preach peace and things like that, but he got out and did the footwork. When it was a bus, he didn't say, "Hey, we ain't gonna ride the bus." He would go and pick people up in his car and take them where they need to. You gotta be active out there. You can't just say one thing. Okay, I got to show you that I'm doing this too. You see what I'm saying? It's about being an example, and people will respect you because you right here with me. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And that's too. Ricky Smile is stepping up, speaking out. He always do lives, but this time he was able to go, before the public and, just speak out. And a lot of stuff he said was true.
Oh, absolutely.
It's harsh to some people because they don't want to hear it. Right.
You get tired of it. When you got a real passion for people, you hate to see this kind of stuff.
Right, and especially when you are a victim of it your own self, just like he say, him and his own daughter. And me, myself is a part of, has been a part of the gun violence or whatever. But, I commend him for stepping out because a lot of people just talk or write a post, but he actually got out to the forefront. And I know a lot of people's feelings were hurt, but everything he said was true.
But in order for him to feel like he felt, you have to been there, went through it yourself.
Absolutely.
God let us go through something. And years later, we don't know why we went through it. But years later, he have us ministering and trying to reach that same people. Whether it was the people that did this to me that I'm trying to reach, or the people that got done just like I got done. You see what I'm saying? But I went through all of that to. That's who I'm supposed to. You see what I'm saying? It had to happen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the reason I didn't die from it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, you don't get people that go back and reach the people like
Absolutely.
that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think TD said, if I'm not mistaken, he was like, I think because somebody interviewed him, they asked him how did he feel about his daughter getting pregnant so young or whatever. And he was like, I was ashamed. I was such and such, but I had to learn. I had to love her through that, whatever. And he's like, it's amazing what was her strength became her weakness.
Right.
I mean, what was her weakness became her strength. And she said, that's what birthed her ministry. You see what I'm saying?
And one thing I did like when he was talking about that, he said, his church members got behind him and wrapped him in love.
Right.
Oftentimes when we go out and do stuff that's not appealing to their eyes, they shun us away.
But what you have to understand is everybody has their flaws.
Oh, yeah.
But the only difference is some can be hid and some can't.
Right.
You can't hide a pregnancy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can, but only for so long.
Yeah, but you like he said, she even hid it from him.
Right.
But what I'm saying is certain things that cannot be hid and certain things that can. So that's why you tend to see the things that
Mm-hmm.
you can see get talked about more.
Right.
Because it's visible. You see what I'm saying?
And it's the same way with the addiction, you know.
But like I told you, the older you get, and the more life you go through, the more grace you begin to show.
Oh yeah.
And that's why you see grandparents now be so sweet to your children, and it be blowing your mind. You like, well, dang, you wasn't that like that to me. How in the world you like that to them?
Yeah, they can rob a bank.
but it's because the older you get, you see the flaws that you did with your child, so you say, I don't want to do that again. You know what I'm saying? I was too hard on them, and that pushed them out.
That's true.
The older you get, the more grace you begin to show. I don't know if that's God designed to be like that, but that's just how it is. The older you get, the more grace you begin to show. Just think about when we first started out. It was certain stuff that I may have been hard on Antonio about it. I'm not hard on him about no more. You see what I'm saying? And it's just, I guess that comes with growth. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's everything. Everything comes with growth. You live and you learn. That's a true statement.
Right.
And
that's the thing, though. Everybody is still learning.
But see, people don't give you room to learn anymore.
You have to, because if you're not learning, you're dead. The minute you stop learning, you are dead.
But people don't allow that. Well, you ought to know better. You've been living for such and such. Yeah, I've been living for these many years, but I've never encountered this type of dealings.
Well, but like you just said, I ought to know better. The thing is, I do know better. But sometimes you can't help what your body does. You see what I'm saying? Like the Bible said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, or something like that. That's real. I know the right thing to do, but that don't mean I automatically do it all the time. You see what I'm saying? I think I'm not sure who said it. It said those things that I don't want to do, I do, and those things that I do, I want to do, I don't. You see what I'm saying? I forgot who said it, but I don't y'all don't beat me up because I can't remember the name who said it. But that's a real thing. Just because they did it don't mean they don't know the right thing to do. So you can't say it. They ought to know better. They might do know better. They just, instead of saying, let me figure out why you did this.
That's my whole thing in life now. Why?
Let me figure out what caused you to do this. Let's get to the root of the problem.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? Let's figure out what's causing you to do it, and let's fix that. If we can fix the root, the branches are bear good fruit.
That's right.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the root problem. If you feel like you weren't loved enough, okay, we're gonna stop there today. I don't care if you're 24 years old. I'm finna love you like you know more. Whatever I didn't do when I was, I'm finna make up for it. Now forgive me. Give me a chance to restore that into you. You see what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. But that takes admitting too.
Oh yeah.
That I was wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people don't want to admit that I was wrong.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And just being honest, parents, all the time, our way is not the best way.
Oh no.
Just because our parents did it that way don't mean it was also right. It's a whole new generation.
Oh yeah.
The Bible say they're gonna be wiser but weaker. So you can't do the same thing to them that your parents did. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the Bible already told you they're not strong enough for that.
Right.
They know how to work every piece of technology. They wiser. But they can't handle no kind of, because they weaker. So you got to know how to come at them. You know what I'm saying? You got to study who you in charge of.
That's true. That's the importance of knowing your kids. And I've always been adamant on knowing my kids. It was so, to one point in time, I know who footsteps was who.
Who footsteps that just was?
That sounds like Dallas. But I used to know who footsteps was who. I knew who committed what crime, and even still to this day, I know who have ate up what item.
You already know the answer they're gonna say when you ask them where is that or whatever. You already know it.
I know because I know my kids, and that's one thing I try to do, because that's how you going to be able to communicate with somebody you don't know, or I ain't saying you ain't able to communicate, but you have to
study them.
Yeah, you got to know people. You got to know.
You got to study to pass the test.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't talk to her like how I talk to him.
No, you can't.
I never get anywhere.
You can't.
And I definitely can't talk to him how I talk to her.
No, you can't. Everybody's different, but that only comes from studying. You have to study them. You know what I'm saying? It's not no cookie cutter.
Oh, no.
Just no one place. No, you got to learn.
Because they all are different. They all have different personalities. And you have to learn. I'm learning to, be firm, but you have to give grace in certain areas.
Well, that's in the Bible. Make an allowance for one another's faults.
Right. Because growing up in a home where things were just so harsh, That's not it. Because I grew up in a home where my mom, I was fearful of her. And she put that fear in me. I ain't saying that was a bad thing at all.
No.
But fear kept me from being able to openly communicate with her.
Yeah, and I was like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to balance it off.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You install the fear in me, but don't make me so fearful that I done got older and I'm scared to even try anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because of the fear that's been pushed down into me, I'm even scared to go shop on my own.
Right.
Try to get a house on my
Yeah.
own or anything because I'm so scared because of the fear that's been installed in me. You see what I'm saying?
I remember my mom was talking to me. You got a credit card?
Right.
You know.
But it's a put enough fear in your children, like God said, like that they reverence you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But not enough fear in them to where they don't want to come to you and ask you about knowledgeable things, because that will draw them to the music.
Absolutely.
Because they feel like they can't learn from you. I'm just gonna try to figure it out on my own. You see what I'm saying?
And see, there was another thing with the Bishop Jakes interview today that I listened to. One of the host asked, you know, I was sitting down, I was watching cartoons with my kids, and on cartoons they was talking about different things that when I was growing up, cartoons wasn't like that.
Right.
And so he said, I can't remember what he said.
I thought I seen the interview. He said it's not that they showing it purposely. They have to show it because that's what kids are doing these days.
Right.
It's a reflection
of
what they're doing.
And that was so profound to me, because you never look, well, why are you watching it?
It was a different perspective.
And I can respect that, you know, it came from a whole, I would have never thought of it in that manner, you know, in the way he did.
It. Back then, like if it had a show like Saved by the Bell or Moesha or Cosby Show, sometimes they would have a friend that would end up pregnant.
Right.
Because when we were coming up, teen pregnancies were a big thing. So that was not encouraging you to get pregnant, but it was a reflection of what was going on in society at that time.
And that's the thing. That's why I said in the last episode, us as parents, we got to be open. We got to open our eyes. We got to open our ears. The cell phones, the computers, the TVs, the magazines, the books. And like I say, in this, you can do whatever you want to do in your home, but it's something about when they get around other kids. They are easily influenced. And just a perfect example. Now, my daughter needs braces, and true enough, she's always needed braces. Well, I'm ready to get braces. I'm ready to get braces. Okay. Why now? You've been needing these braces for a long time. That's because people at school have started to, you know, or you see others doing it. But my question was to her, how do they know what your mouth look like if you got your mask on?
No, but let me say this, though. Go back to what we were just saying earlier. People take advice from people that look like them. You see what I'm saying? How many times, let's just be honest, have I said something to you and you said something to me that I didn't pay no mind? But if I talk to Martez and he tell me the same thing, now I got to check it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I keep hearing it.
But not only because I keep hearing it, because somebody that's like me told it to me.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? Or just say, for instance, if I told you something and you didn't pay it no mind, but Kawana or somebody told you the same exact thing, I'm not saying you don't value my opinion, but you're going to value her opinion because she's more like you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for us as young people to reach young people, because they can take it because they, hey, he look like me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They can take it. It's the same thing. That's what it is.
And that's one of the purpose of this podcast, to help, you know, people or whatever in any area that's the whole purpose of this.
We're not preachers. We are not teachers.
Nope, nothing.
We are not therapists. We are not none of that. All we are two people having conversations about things that we experience in our lives and that we have seen make a world of a difference. That's where the title comes from, a world of a difference. Things that we have seen applied to our lives and seen it since we applied it, seen it make a world of a difference.
That's the whole purpose of this.
So if it made a difference to my life, I have to tell it to you so it can make a difference to yours. Now, if you do it or not, that's up to you.
Right.
But it's on me if I go across a bridge and a car coming behind me and I don't tell them that the bridge is out, that's on me. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew the information and didn't pass it on.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. If I know, I'm going to tell you. Now, whether you still want to try to, your luck at going across it, that's on you. You get what I'm saying?
And then even if you may not be at that point in life just yet,
Yeah, that's true too.
And then this may come to, as a valuable piece of information, later on down the line, because everybody go through different phases in life, So at some point, it may be valuable information. Some some of it may not be useful to you, but it may be useful for the next person.
Right. Each one, teach one. That's good. We're gonna hear that. Each one, teach one. So y'all, we thank y'all for tuning in to us and just being with us this week, man. Man, I enjoyed this conversation. It was much needed. We just thank y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.